Hey everyone, I'm Hajime. I'm Japanese, born and raised. And there are things that I do every single day that I never thought twice about. Things are just normal to me. But apparently, to the rest of the world, these things are absolutely shocking. I didn't realize this until I started talking to people from other countries. And they kept saying things like, wait, you guys actually do that? Or that would never happen where I'm from. So today, I want to share with you some things that are completely normal in Japan, but would be considered strange, surprising, or even impossible in most other countries. Some of these will make you think, that's amazing, I wish my country did that. And some of them will just make you think, what? Let's get into it. And if you're interested in learning about the real Japan from an actual Japanese person, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be sharing a lot more stories like this. Okay, let's start. 1. We leave our bags to save seats, and nobody takes them. In Japan, if you go to a coffee shop or food court, you'll see something that would blow your mind in most countries. People leave their bags, their wallets, sometimes even their laptops on the table to save their seat. Then they walk away to go order food or go to the bathroom. And when they come back, everything is still there. Every single time. I know this sounds unbelievable, but in Japan, this is just what people do. I've been doing this in my entire life. I never even considered that someone might take my stuff. The first time a foreign friend visited me in Tokyo, I put my bag on a chair at Starbucks and went to order. He literally grabbed my arm and said, "Dude, your bag." I was confused. I said, "Yeah, it's saving my seat." He looked at me like I was insane. But in Japan, this is so normal that nobody even thinks about it. It's not that we are naive. Is that there's this unspoken trust in society. Everyone just assumes that nobody is going to steal your stuff. And because everyone assumes that, nobody does. 2. Kids walk to school alone from age 6. In Japan, 6-year-old children walk to school by themselves. No parents, no supervision. Just a bunch of first graders walking through the streets, crossing roads, taking the train. This is not unusual, this is a standard. Almost every elementary school kid in Japan walks to school on their own or with a group of other kids from the neighborhood. I did it. My parents did it. Everyone I know did it. When I tell this to people from America or Europe, they are genuinely shocked. Some people have told me this would be considered neglect in their country. Parents could literally get in trouble with the law for letting a 6-year-old walk to school alone. But in Japan, we see it as the opposite. We see it as teaching children independence and responsibility. The whole community watches out for the kids, crossing guards, shopkeepers, even random adults on the street. Everyone keeps an eye on them. It's not that there is zero danger. Is that the entire society is set up to make it work. 3. You can sleep on the train and miss nothing. If you take a train in Japan during rush hour, you will see something incredible. Half the people on the train are asleep. I'm not talking about dozing off a little bit. I mean full on, head tilted back, mouth open, completely unconscious. On a train full of strangers. And nobody touches them. Nobody steals from them. Nobody even wakes them up unless they are about to miss their stop. And even then, sometimes a kind stranger will gently tap their shoulder. I've slept on train probably 1,000 times in my life. I've never once had a problem. A friend of mine from Brazil told me, if I fell asleep on a train in my city, I would wake up with nothing. No phone, no wallet, no shoes. I laughed, but then realized he was completely serious. And that made me realize how unusual this is from a global perspective. In Japan, falling asleep in public is so common that there's even a word for it. It's called inemuri, which roughly translates to sleeping while present. It's not seen as lazy or weird. In fact, in a work context, it's sometimes seen as a sign that you've been working so hard that your body just gave up. It's almost respected. 4. Vending machines are everywhere and they never get vandalized. Japan has about 5 million vending machines. That's roughly one vending machine for every 23 people. And they are everywhere. On quiet residential streets, in front of rice fields in the countryside, on top of mountains. Places where there's not a single person around for miles. These machines carry drinks, hot coffee, cold tea, soup, sometimes even ice cream or pizza, and they accept cash. Now think about that for a second. A machine full of products and cash, sitting on an empty street with no security camera, no guard, not lock lines that couldn't be broken in 5 seconds. And nobody touches them. They don't get vandalized, they don't get broken into. They just sit there, working perfectly year after year. When I learned that vending machines in other countries get smashed, robbed, or covered in graffiti on a regular basis, I was honestly surprised. In Japan, that almost never happens. That thought doesn't even occur to people. 5. Cash in an envelope, returned to you. Every year in Japan, people turn in billions of yen in lost cash to the police. Billions. If you drop your wallet in Tokyo, there is a very high chance you will get it back, with all the cash still inside. This isn't just a nice story people tell. This actually happens constantly. The Tokyo Metropolitan Police reported that in 1 year, people turned in over 3.8 billion yen, that's roughly 30 million US dollars, in lost cash. I've lost my wallet twice in my life. Both times, someone turned it in to the nearest police box with everything inside. The officer called me and I picked it up to the next day. No drama, no story, just normal. But when I tell this to people from other countries, they cannot believe it. I had someone tell me, in my city, if you drop your wallet, it's gone before it hits the ground. In Japan, we have this concept that taking something that isn't yours is one of the most shameful things you can do. It's not about the law, it's about how you would feel about yourself. The guilt would be unbearable. Let's look at what we've talked about today. Leaving bags unattended and nobody takes them. 6-year-olds walking to school alone. Sleeping on trains surrounded by strangers. Vending machines full of cash on empty streets that never get touched. Lost wallets with money inside that always get returned. These are all very different situations, but if you look closely, they all share the same root. And that root is this. In Japan, you are always thinking about how your actions affect the people around you. You don't steal because it will hurt someone else. You don't vandalize because it will make someone else's life harder. You return the wallet because you know how it feels to lose one. You trust your neighbors because they trust you. Everything's come back to one idea. Don't be burden to others. In Japanese, there's a phrase for this. It's meiwaku wo kakenai. It means don't cause trouble to others. This is probably the single most important value in Japanese society. It's the thing Japanese parents say to the kids more than anything else. Not be successful, not be happy, but don't cause trouble to the people around you. And when an entire society lives by this principle, you get the Japan that you find so fascinating. The safety, the trust, the order, it all comes from the same place. Now, is it perfect? No. There are downsides to this way of thinking too. It can create pressure, conformity, and people who are afraid to express themselves. That's a topic for another video. But today, I hope this gave you a little window into how Japanese people see the world and why we do the things we do. If you find this interesting, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. It helps more people discover this channel. And if you want to understand more about Japan from an actual Japanese person's perspective, subscribe. I'm going to keep making videos about the real Japan, the things you won't find in travel guides or anime. By the way, which one of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious which one hits different depending on where you are from. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.